Hello and welcome to another lesson of ICT. This is Mr. Mudathir from Legacy School and this is ICT here. In the previous lesson we learned the 3 rules to remember when you are online. The first one was keep your personal stuff private. That means don't share your real name, full name, your picture, your mom's picture, your dad's picture. Don't share address, home address, school address, or any other personal information. The second rule was block it, and the last rule was flag it. We've also worked with Microsoft Word a little bit. We learned how to open a file, how to save a file, how to copy a content, whether it was text or image, and we've also learned how to insert a clip art. We've also learned how to insert a new page using the page break. If you're working on a document and you want to insert a new page, you must use the page break, which is found in the Insert tab. In today's lesson, we will start by learning how to create bullet points. We will do that by going to Microsoft Office and open Microsoft Word. Let's maximize our window. If you are writing a document and you have a list that you want to write it down, the best way to write a list is through bullet points. Let's think of the things that we used to take or we take every day with us to school. The things that you always take to school with you. For example, your backpack, your breakfast or your lunch, your pencil pouch, all of your books. You see, that is a list, and all those items can be written down in a list using bullet points. How do I create a bullet point in Microsoft Word? Simply go to this button over here and start writing your items. To start a new item in your bullets, simply press Enter. Every time you press enter, you will get another item so that you can write. So, in my backpack, but the backpack is the first thing that you carry. You also carry your pencil pouch, your lunchbox. What else do you think you can carry to the school? A face mask. And every time I want to add another item, I simply press enter. The last thing that I can think of is the headscarf, the prayers headscarf, and this is it. This is how you create bullet points. If you want to make the font bigger, simply highlight all of your list and go to the font size section and choose a bigger font. You can also change the font style from the menu over here, and from this menu you can choose the font that you think is very clear and you like the most. This is how you create a bullet point. That was very easy, right? The second thing that we're going to learn today is tables. How to create tables in Microsoft Word. When I pressed enter, it automatically created another point. But what if I don't want to create another point? I would simply just press enter one more time. Now let's insert a table. If you want to insert a table, simply go to Insert and Table over here. You see the arrow that's pointing downwards? Click on it and you will get this shape over here. Think of how many rows and how many columns you want your table to have. Let's say that I want to insert 2 rows or maybe 3 rows and 4 columns. You see what happened? If I want to insert a table that has 3 rows and 4 columns, I would click here. And this is how you insert a table. Let's try again. Insert table, 3 rows and 4 columns. How about we make it 3 columns and 4 rows? It's very easy, right? Let's create an example table over here. In here, in this column, I'm gonna write down the things. I have to click on the cursor first. Things I take to school, and here things I take to the sports club. And over here I'm going to write down item number 1, here item number 2, and here item number 3. So when I go to school, I take my backpack or my bag, my pencil pouch, and my lunchbox. And when I go to the sports club, I also take my backpack, my sports shoes, and my cap. You see, we created a table with things that I take to the school and things I take to the sports club. And this is how you create a table in Microsoft Word. It's very easy, right? Next, we're going to learn how to cut, copy, and paste, and what is the difference between cutting and copying. And we will learn the shortcuts so that we don't have to use the mouse every time we copy or cut something. You can also cut, copy, and paste text around a document. The first method is cutting. To cut, highlight your text, press and hold Ctrl and X, and this is the shortcut to cut. Let's try this out in a file. If I want to cut all of these items in a bullet point, the first thing I'm going to highlight them, and on the keyboard I'm going to press Ctrl and X. The list has disappeared. I want to paste the list over here, so I'm going to click here and press Ctrl plus V, because I didn't highlight the list properly, but this is what happens. If you want to make this an item on your bullet point, again go and press this button, the bullets button. And if you want to delete this, simply click and delete. And that is how you cut a text or a bullet list or an image or any content on your file. Let's try copying. I want to copy the same list. What do? I highlight my list. On the keyboard, Ctrl plus C, and then click where you want to paste. I'm going to press enter to start a new line, and again enter. To paste it, simply Ctrl plus V. And this is how you copy using the keyboard or the shortcut. Now, can you tell me the difference between cutting and copying? When I cut the list, it would disappear in the place where it was and appear in the new place. But when I copy, I will get two lists of the same. You got it? So cutting removes the list from where it is and paste it in a new place. but copying leaves the original copy of your text and creates a new copy of the same text that you copied. So remember the shortcuts: to cut, Ctrl+X; to copy, again, Control, and this time C; to paste, this time Ctrl+V. If you cut something, you have to paste it in the new place, and if you copy something, you also have to paste it. So pasting is not just for copying, it's for copying and cutting. Now let's take a quick revision for everything that we've had since the beginning. Remember the internet? Remember the computers that were connected together? The computers that were, if you have two computers connected together, we call that network. But if you have all of the computers connected together, thousands of computers, we call that the internet. So the internet is thousands of computers and devices around the world connected together to share information. Remember what is the internet browser? The internet browser is the software that we use to access and view websites. Common web browsers include Microsoft Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Apple Safari. I personally use Firefox. And what is a web page? An example of a web page is Kiddle or Facebook. All of those are called web pages. We need an internet browser to open a web page. A web page is a document for the World Wide Web that is identified by a unique Uniform Resource Locator. A web page can be accessed and displayed on a monitor or a mobile device through a web browser. But what is a Uniform Resource Locator or URL? Every web page has an address. We call it URL. Example: storybird.com, abcya.com. We call this a URL. Do we have a phone without a phone number? We do not, right? If you have a phone that doesn't have a phone number, do you think it would work? How can I call that phone without knowing the phone number? So, the URL is like a phone number to the web pages. Every web page on the internet has a URL. If we know the URL of your page, you don't need to use Kiddle.co to search for it. You can write the URL of your page directly into your browser. And remember how we used Kiddle to search online? Let's do that one more time. Let's open Firefox, which is a web browser. Let's write down the URL of Kiddle, which is www.kiddle.co, and press enter. Wait few seconds until the website or the web page is loaded, and in this search bar type the thing that you want to search. For example, Khartoum City. And then tap or click on this search icon and wait until Kiddle search all the internet for results. And there you go. This is the result that Kiddle got from the internet, from all of the websites that are available on the internet. The first one, it gave us a picture of the Mugran area. Khartoum Facts for Kids. This is the first result, and this is the URL from kids.kiddle.co/Khartoum, and that is the URL of this result, and so on. You see, this is the map of Sudan, and you can find Khartoum right here. This is Suq Al Arabi, and so on. Amazing, right? If you want more results, click on the second page and you will get more and more web pages. The last thing that we're going to review is the three rules to remember when you are online. Remember, keep your personal stuff private, block it and flag it. Most important one is the first one. Never share your personal information to anyone, either a stranger or a friend, because it's not safe. Alright, so today we learned two new things. The first one was how to create a bullet list or a bullet point list, and it was very easy, and we only need to use this button over here. And the second thing that we learned is how to create tables in Microsoft Word. And simply, if you want to create a table, go to Insert and Tables over here and choose how many rows and columns you want to have in your table or on your table. It's very simple, really. Well, that is it for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed your ICT lesson and learned something new. This is it for now. See you in the next lesson. Till then, stay safe and take care. Bye.